So yeah, from minute 1 to minute 90, right? The whole team was pressing, bro.
Yes.
It's like a combined 11 effort.
Yes.
And I've never seen a striker press so much in a 90-minute game.
Dembele.
Dembele, bro, yeah. For a player who spent at least 5 years
Injured.
like, in the injury room, yeah. I think what a story, man.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki. I am your host Elder and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bro, Paul. Paul, how you doing, bro?
Not too bad, bro. Busy Monday, long day at work. But then I think the football season has concluded. So I think our weekends now are a bit slightly more free lah. Right? Can really enjoy what you want to do.
For me, no change because I have to work Saturdays now. So today I was off.
Okay.
As you can see, I'm sporting like the old 1997 David Beckham centre part. Today it's very weird having an off day on a Monday, right? Because just side note, right? You know Disney Plus started showing Brave New World already, Captain America.
Yep.
I went through half of it, right? I was like, this is not for me.
It's not worth it.
It's I mean like
it's not for you lah.
Even like watching it on how to say on Disney Plus where it's free, right? It's still not as good as people think it is to be.
I myself did watch it lah. I just wanted to see scenes where of the enemy lah.
No, it is much. Okay lah. It's very weird lah. Like I understand it's following comic law and like Sam Wilson doesn't have like the super soldier serum, right? But it's like very hard to like believe in him.
Because you see him as a Falcon rather than
as like Captain America. Like he doesn't have this like natural aura that like maybe like a Steve Rogers would have. So it's maybe because I'm already like having my hopes too high because like in the MCU my favorite character is Cap lah, the Steve Rogers Captain America. So maybe it's just me. I think I'll probably give it another shot, but I just see how it goes lah. Maybe I might change my mind. I don't know. But what's going on with you?
I caught Mission Impossible. I think like last Thursday night.
How was it? I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, honestly, right, I think the past few editions of the Mission Impossible were better lah. But it was also because this what's his name? Tom Cruise, right? He's getting a bit older lah. So I think it's still quite amazing that he still does his own stunts.
Yep.
Yeah. So a very long movie, like a 2 hour and 51 minutes show.
Okay lah, it's typical.
But I would say
it's long for MI movie.
Previous ones were better, but this is still good lah. It's just like Mission Impossible, Yeah.
It's basically just an MI movie, just that it's long lah.
Yep, long. Quite interesting, but yeah, I would say like I think my favorite one is still the Ghost Protocol.
Yep. Yeah, but it's. Yep. I mean, like it begs the question, right? Like, where goes Mission Impossible after this? Because if I'm not mistaken, right, like there were rumors saying that Tom Cruise wanted to hand it over to Glenn Powell, like Hangman from Top Gun Maverick, right? Then he said he didn't want to do it because he wouldn't be able to do the stunts that Tom Cruise does.
Sure. But I always say, whenever they end like certain MI movies, right, it's always like a gateway to there's a possibility of a next one,
Yes.
Always. Yeah. So I can say it's the same lah. Yeah. Yeah. You say it's like Final Reckoning, but somehow they always try to they will find another way to make it back.
It's like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that one they should have stopped after the 7th one. Right? You agree, right?
I don't disagree. I watched the previous one.
Perfect ending for the Fast and Furious.
I watched Fast X, right? Then I was like, nope, it should have ended already. I think it's gone way too long already. But like, in speaking of going on way too long, right? I think like let's just talk about this week's episode, right? Which is after years and years and years of going without a Champions League trophy, right? Or even a shot, right? PSG finally win the Champions League after beating Inter 5-0.
What a final, I literally woke up on a Sunday morning to watch it. And it didn't disappoint.
I think it's not disappoint. It didn't disappoint, but it's just that it's not in the way that you expected it.
Yeah, I expected a closer final. Yeah. Like a very tight kind of game. But no, I was wrong. But what a game from PSG. Largest ever scoreline in a Champions League final. Yeah.
It's I deemed it like the scoreline that you would probably have when you're playing FIFA in career mode, then you decide to play a World Cup, then you beat the opponent 6-0. Like that type of thing, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the PSG winning the Champions League. We're going to talk about the final itself. PSG's evolution from the time where they took over, and Zlatan all the way until now, what they've done already, right? And plus also moving forward, what is next for PSG, because PSG has a relatively young squad. Yeah. The average age for the starting 11 in the final was about 25 years and 96 days. Average squad age is about 23 years old, going on to 24. Crazy. So that's a very young football team. It's not referencing EAFC again or FIFA, right? But it's the type of squad that you build up in FIFA because you want to use the squad for a very long time. That's essentially what they've done, right? So the fact that this squad is so young and they won the Champions League, I think there's a lot of things that we can talk about that what goes on in the future. But moving on, right? There's no what's going on this week. Because the what's going on literally is PSG finally won the Champions League.
The season has ended.
The season has ended. Side note, right? Before we go on, right? Matheus Cunha has signed for Manchester United.
Maybe this could be the what's going on.
62.5. And Ange Postecoglou has been sacked.
Not confirmed, right?
I think more or less there's rumors about it.
They are gonna get him out already.
There are rumors about it, right? What's going on? I don't think there's really much to say because it's predominantly the PSG won the final. I think that's the storyline and that's the biggest headline of the entire week. So, bro, let's get into this. What
let's do it, man.
Was your thoughts, right, in watching that PSG Inter final, right, where PSG just absolutely obliterated Inter Milan?
My expectation was different, bro. My expectations, like say, I was like maybe a 0-0 or 1-1.
Yeah.
And then go to penalties, that kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a totally different game. The way PSG play, right, it's like a reformed PSG I wouldn't say never been following. I just haven't been following.
Yep.
Like you always see them, okay, they are progressing in the Champions League, and then they actually beat Liverpool, they beat Arsenal, and then they come to the final. So from minute 1 to minute 90, right, the whole team was pressing, bro.
Yes,
it's like a combined 11 effort.
Yes,
and I've never seen a striker press so much in a 90-minute game.
Dembele,
bro. Yeah, for a player who spent at least 5 years in the injury room, I think what a story, man.
Yeah,
really. 90 minutes non-stop pressing. It's like he finally could get Dembele to do what Mbappe couldn't do.
Yes.
There's the very famous clip, right, of Enrique scolding Mbappe, lecturing him inside the PSG changing room. Yeah, I say if you are attacker, when you are attacking, you are second to none. I know you are like godlike status, but the moment you stop attacking, right, you show me your worth.
Yes.
Like the moment you stop defending, it's like where, this is your true value to the team. I would say and Dembele man of the match for me. Even though like the others scored more.
I think it basically encapsulates like Luis Enrique as a whole. I think in general, right? Because his value is very Barcelona.
Team over individual. Yep.
It's team over individual. It's very Barcelona La Masia. Because I think you saw the recent episode with the overlap about Thierry Henry and talking about going to Barcelona, right?
Yes.
So it's like he said that the reason why Barcelona do so well out possession and in possession, right, is because they sprint so much. They're all pressing. They're constantly pressing to a point where even though they don't look like they're pressing, but they're actually closing down gaps. They're pressing down a lot. So when you have that type of mentality, it's a Barcelona ingrained thing. Because players from Barcelona or La Masia, right, they have this mentality where Barcelona plays this way, this is the way. And it's something that Luis Enrique, he took out from Barcelona, he brought it to PSG. And you can actually see the way that they're playing now, right, is very similar to Barcelona in the way that they've done it, but just that with a little bit of tweaks here and there to suit the PSG squad, right? And bro, I think the easiest way to encapsulate this, right, is the way Hakimi scored. It's just pass, goal.
Bro, and Enrique is so tactically smart, right? That he knows how Inter is going to set up. It's a 3 at the back, which revolves around a lot on the keeper.
Yeah.
If you see, right, the way PSG set up, every player is not in their position. They are interchanging where Hakimi comes to the striker position. Yes. Dembele and Kvaratskhelia will interchange so many times, right? So the players get confused. They don't know who to press.
Yep.
They don't know who to mark. Yeah. So for Hakimi to even find himself in that striker position, right? It's just like it's pays off, correct. It's like a tactic that pays off. They practice so well.
Can you imagine, right? As Inter, a team that is known defensively to to be quite strong,
sound,
right?
Yeah.
To be sound, right? They crumbled against Barcelona. It was just that they just had a bit of like that luck to go through. But in this instance, right, like the fact that they lost a right back who was wide open in the box, he's literally wide open, like there is an empty goal. He just steps it in, right? Shows you how basically like confused
they got
Inter
out tactic lah. They got out smart, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like basically Inter just basically got like out coached or managed.
Yep. Correct.
And it was like the fact that how can you, it's like for us, right, as people watch football, how can you lose a right back?
No, it's a right wing back.
Yeah, but the thing is
so
that
the left back is actually marking the Desiree Doué guy, you know.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the thing is that how can you lose that? Like how can you lose like a right wing back inside a box that's literally empty? Like if it's a striker or like attacking me further, okay, maybe I can understand. It's a right wing back, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
really when PSG attack, right, everyone attack together.
Yeah,
when they defend, everyone defend together. So,
it's a Barcelona thing, it's a total football.
Yeah, and it's like the fact that you're right, the PSG can send their right back into the box.
Yeah,
bro, it's like really an out tactic and outclass them.
Correct.
Really.
It's like, can you imagine, right? Like Gary Neville was inside that box.
No, just imagine Diego Dalot finding himself in that position. Yeah. You can never imagine it, man. Really.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. It was something that like really just
it was an eye opener, really.
Bro, like the way that like PSG just carved them open is like
yeah. And a lot of times, they find themselves in between. A lot of the attackers were in between the three centre backs of the Inter Milan. So you see, like Kvaratskhelia, he scored. He just like he walked in between the two defenders. Then when PSG had the ball, they just counter.
Correct.
And then Desiree Doué just threw ball to him, and then easy goal, you know.
Correct. And like even okay lah, the one of the goals had a bit of luck, right? The goals are like the last one was it Mayulu that scored the one at the far post that he threw across.
Yeah. But that one, the game was over already, bro.
Yeah, game was over. But the thing is that like is the fact that they're going 86 minutes and they're still attacking.
Yep. They were there to make a point, bro. But Vitinha, bro, what a players, The player deemed too small to play in any league, right?
Yep.
He was like the playmaker that was holding them together, man.
Yeah, I agree.
And the Kvaratskhelia, wow.
Kvaratskhelia, right, is bro.
Is what Rashford like
wanted to be
that, you know. Yeah.
And like, do you see like the meme that was going across or like something like that, right? Like I think they said PSG paid 230 million for Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, and Doué, right? 230 million, right? Man United spent the 230 million on Mason Mount, Rasmus Højlund, and Anthony. Like
it's a really evidence of how proper you must spend the money.
Yes, and like how you get the work ethic out of the players.
Yeah,
bro, that front three is like if I was a PSG fan and I saw that, right, that front three you will cry. Yeah, because of the things that you've seen in the past years.
Correct. Like I said, like at the start of the season, like, hey, this front three can or not? You know,
yeah.
And then like because you used to have like what, like you said, like what, Mbappe, Neymar,
Messi.
Yeah, before that you had what, Cavani, Zlatan, Lavici, yeah.
Exactly. So it's like you had a more star-studded attack than this.
Yep.
But the attack that won the Champions League, right, was the most hardworking attack.
Yeah.
It proves that football is a team sport and that hard work will always benefit the team rather than individual play.
Team will always outshine individual.
Yeah. Correct. So
always. Yeah.
So like, bro, like I think like we've talked about the Champions League final, right? Let's talk about PSG like as a totality, right? Because even though they won emphatically 5-0, right, it took them more than a decade to get here. Like 13 years, right? 13 years.
And 2 Champions League finals to win it, right? Yeah.
They
lost to Bayern,
They lost to Bayern, right? And then this was the second Champions League final that they got to.
Yep.
And like eliminated in 2 semi-finals also. Last year to Dortmund, and then 4 years ago to Man City, like the year that Man City lost to Chelsea. So I think like let's just talk about this, right? But before I want to get into the main thing, right, I just want to give you like a stat, right, bro? Like since 2008, right, like they've only got past the quarterfinals like 4 times. like that's how important like this whole thing is. Like 4 times they have not gotten past like the Champions League.
That's crazy. Yeah.
4 times, 4 times, which is 2020, 2021, 2024, 2025.
Didn't get past the group stage.
Yeah, anything after that, right, was the furthest they got was quarterfinal.
Yeah, I can only say I can straight away point to the reason, bro. The manager. Bro.
Yeah, manager and the right players.
Bro, if you get a treble winning manager, your team will know how to win a Champions League.
Yeah, sure. Correct.
Yep.
PSG won every single trophy this year. All 4. Technically it's a quadruple, the French quadruple lah. Like, okay, let's talk about PSG, right, in general, right? Like, I mean, they've been known to be like the bottlers, lah.
Yeah.
Or they've known to be the team that basically just couldn't get past. Make it lah. So like even with Zlatan and Cavani, right, they couldn't get past the quarterfinals from 2012 to 2016.
But in that moment, that was prime Real Madrid lah.
Yeah.
So prime Barca, prime Madrid.
I mean, like, that's fair, but getting past
fair.
the quarterfinals was like basically with a team that had that much talent, right? I think people expected a lot more from them, right? But but the ones that I think PSG was famous for, right, was iconically, right, 2017 Barcelona.
Mbappe,
The 20 no, Neymar, not that one. Neymar stayed in Barcelona.
Oh, haven't come.
Haven't come yet. It was the one where PSG were leading 4-0 going to the Nou Camp.
Yeah.
4-0. They lost the game at the Nou Camp 6-1.
Right? Bro, that game was rigged lah.
I mean, it was rigged.
Bro,
yes,
it was rigged, bro.
It was rigged. It was rigged.
At least like 2 of them would dive.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's fair. But the thing is that as a team, right, regardless of the rig, right, you should never let it get to that point. Okay,
let's wanted Barca to win the game lah.
Yeah lah, but the thing is that, let's say for example, right, if you remove the 2 penalties, right, it's still 4 goals, right? Then if it's 4-1, they still go through.
No, they shouldn't have they shouldn't have conceded. Some of the game they scored first. So they scored first, Barca had to score 5.
Barca scored 6.
Yeah.
Which they did lah. So
with the help of the referees. Yeah.
That was one. Then the next one is the PSG Man United. They were leading 2-0.
They lost to like one of the worst Man U teams ever.
Yes.
Right?
They were leading 2-0 at Old Trafford, coming back to PSG, right, with 2 away goals. United won 3-1. United went through an away goal.
As in the total the aggregate was 3-3, but Man U advanced on away goals.
That time was away goals lah. Yeah. Then semi-finals, right? Then 2020 they beat everybody in single elimination. They lose to Bayern in the final.
But that Bayern trash Barca
8-2
Yeah, 8-2 7-1 was it or 8-2?
8-2. So but that Bayern team was good lah.
That Bayern team was good.
Then they lost to City, lost 4-1 aggregate. Knocked out by Dortmund last year, right? Dortmund last year didn't score a single goal. Yeah. And then they finally won this year, right? But I mean, if you were to look at it, right, that period from 2017 to 2024, the players that came through was like what? Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Verratti, Thiago Silva, Dani Alves. Who else?
Like Zlatan, Cavani, all this right that time. That was before.
Then who else was in the team?
Yeah, mainly Mbappe, like the right up and coming Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, Di Maria. Yeah.
It's like of all the teams that they had, right? People would have thought the teams that were there, like maybe 2021 to 2023, was the one that had the best chance of winning Champions League.
Yeah. But they will always be known at that point, right? Like the team that almost made it, but never couldn't.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So that's why when they appointed Luis Enrique, they wanted a different approach.
Yes.
Yeah, they wanted someone who was a proven winner. You come in and you show us how to win.
Yes.
And that means like even like selling the best players.
Yes.
Getting rid of like the stars,
Yep.
So I think that was like the first few things that he actually did. Like he let Messi. I mean, Messi was already gone, right? Yeah, Messi was already gone. He's most famous for letting Mbappe just like leave. Yeah, like he doesn't even give a 2 F star about it.
Yep.
And it's I can say that it's a very good thing, and it's proven to the world that doesn't mean that you lose your best player, you are like regressing in your progress. Actually. Yeah. In some cases, you're actually making like even more progress.
Yep.
You're making strides. Actually, yeah.
Correct. What it does is that when you sell your star, it's basically telling everybody you all got to step up. Like you force them to play as a team. Yeah, you force them to play as a team, but you force them to pull their own weight.
Yep.
So
and you show that no one is irreplaceable.
Yes.
That's the main point of it.
Correct. Which essentially is like how basically it just showed that PSG decided, okay, the Galacticos way is not working anymore. We're not going to go there.
We are not Real Madrid. Yeah,
we're not Real Madrid. We are going to revamp PSG into what we want PSG to be. So the fact that they got into the semi-final last year and they got to the final this year and they won already basically speaks volumes about how much change already has happened. Has progress happened, right? And like if you were to compare that, right, like exactly identical to Real Madrid, right? Real Madrid are struggling now because of that Galacticos attitude.
The player that wanted to go Real Madrid to win the Champions League ended up
losing it. Ended up losing it, and his team that went to the Champions League won it.
Yeah.
So
the team that he left actually won.
it's like the consequence of like we said, like, I think we're just going to reiterate this is like football at the end of the day is still a team sport.
Yeah.
That has moments of individual brilliance rather than individual brilliance over teamwork, which is what's going to get you. So like with this new philosophy, right, and the youth of this team, right, I think like I just want to ask, right, bro, what is next for this team in the future, in the next coming years? Because this is a very, very, very young team.
If you see the owner's interview after the game, right?
Yes.
Straight up, bro, they say they are only just getting started because they finally made it to win the Champions League.
Yes.
They are going to take part in the Club World Cup.
Yes.
And then they are going to go for like the next Champions League again next year. So, and like you mentioned, this team finally knows how to win.
Yes.
Right, and they are so young. Players are like still relatively new. Like Kvaratskhelia, all new on new contracts. João Neves, Desiree Doué, even that defender, the William Pacho. Bro, what a players are that guy. Yeah. And then I think with a bit of a revamp in the squad, right? Bro, they can do it, man. I think they can compete again for Champions League next year.
Yeah, and now, right? And now also because they finally won the Champions League, right? Basically, they can tell the world that we've done it already.
Yep.
It's now PSG is an attraction for players really. Because it's not
a Farmers League anymore.
It's not a Farmers League. It's not about money. It's like, okay, if I'm going to PSG, I can contend for Europe, for Champions League because we've already done it already. So it's kind of like the time when Hazard was about to go to United, then Chelsea won the Champions League. Then he's like, okay, why not Chelsea? Why not Chelsea? So like it's stuff like that people will go like, okay, maybe I should contend about going to PSG now because I could legitimately have a shot at winning the Champions League. And they are young is one thing, right? But what I saw, right, is that there's only 3 or 4 players that are above 28, which is crazy, which is like Marquinhos, who's 31, Fabian Ruiz and Lucas Hernandez is 29, right? Then Dembele is 28. Everybody else is 26 and below.
So he did very well to bring the average age down, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And then some also young, the team, and they won the Champions League.
Yeah, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, they don't have like legends to bring them in, you know. They don't need legends. Yeah.
I agree. But like I mean like Marquinhos, he cemented his legacy as a Real Madrid legend. As a PSG legend, right? Because he's the only one that was there from like almost the beginning.
Yeah. I see like everyone can argue that Thiago Silva is the PSG legend. Yeah. Marquinhos is the only one that won it.
That won the Champions League.
Yeah.
And Marquinhos is the only one that like that stayed with the club. Yeah, when like everybody was all leaving and everything, right? Like that's why when like as a football fan, right? Like you've seen what he's been through. He's seen through every single bad thing, right? When he carried that trophy, right, you could feel like you could feel a bit emotional.
Yeah, he deserved it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the one guy that deserved it more than anybody, right, in that team was him. And he's the captain, and he's the captain that lifted it.
Yeah, Marquinhos.
So, like, I mean, bro, like, the sky's the limit for these teams, yeah.
Like, someone like what, Hakimi all still in their prime. Man. The only thing is, Donnarumma might leave lah. His comments after the game say that he will like go on holiday first, then you'll see what the summer brings. Bro, to lose Donnarumma is also not easy. Man.
Yeah, it's true.
Bro, he saved them in the tie against Liverpool, no? The penalty shootout. Yeah. Right, and it's like steady hands lah. You need this kind of keepers.
But I mean, like the only place I think he can go is Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Barca, Real Madrid, Courtois still there, bro.
Yeah, because Chesney they renewed his contract, right? But the second is about to leave. So I mean, like if Donnarumma became available, right? Barcelona would be fools not to go and try to get him.
Unless like Courtois leaving.
Correct. But Courtois also aging.
But Donnarumma was only 26. It feels like he's been playing like
super
forever,
long,
right?
bro.
Yeah.
Because he
started when he was like 16, 17, right?
17 like that. 17 like that. He's been around at almost as
9 years really.
Like that's one, right? But he's shorter than like the time that De Gea was around. So De Gea, I think he went to United about 21, 22.
Yeah. So Donnarumma shot up the scene from like 17, 18, right?
At AC Milan, all the way.
Milan, yeah.
So yeah, bro. I mean, we'll see. We'll monitor that situation now with Donnarumma. So we shall see how it goes. But yeah, I think like to conclude, right? Like basically, PSG finally overcome the hurdle that they've been wanting to overcome, lah.
I think they decided to stick to a model maybe like one last year.
Yeah.
And it finally in 2 years it showed results, you know.
So like if this is what PSG is going to be in the future, right? I think they'll be fine. Like it changes the perception.
Like like on the topic of Barcelona just now, right?
Yeah.
So Enrique, Mourinho, and Pep, right? The only three managers like together last time, they all three won a treble.
Yeah. It's quite insane.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's like the product of like what like they say, Barcelona, product of La Masia, right?
It's basically
Even though it's just a coaching staff thing, you know.
No, it's the coaching staff, but it's always team. It's always team over individual. At the end of the day, it's team over individual, no matter what. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy that PSG won, but I'm a bit shocked that Inter lost, right? And again, bro, like in football Kaki fashion, right? We got the predictions wrong again.
Yeah, let's just not predict. Okay, or we see who predicts wrongly worse, you know.
I think right. Let's just let's just change it from like correct predictions
to
just wrong predictions.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like honestly, if you were to look it on paper, you would think Inter would be better. Like we both
said that
given
PSG history lah, right?
Yeah, we both said that Inter Milan would be better defensively, and look what happened. 5-0.
Yep.
5-0. So
and no answer for them.
Nothing, bro. It really felt like a video game.
Correct.
PSG won. So with that, bro, I think that's it for this week's episode, right? Alright, so that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki. Alright, so that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Chatter Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you, and we hope that you continue to watch our other shows, which of course are the Copy Bros. Every Monday. We come together and talk about fun and trivial topics and have some interviews lined up for you. Then, if you do like game shows, we do have the SG Draft podcast every Friday, where we come together and draft about different topics and have fun while we do it. You as the fans can go over to our Instagram stories every Friday to go and vote for your favorite teams. You have the power to decide who wins and who loses, even if it includes an honorable mention. So, with that, bro, with PSG winning and Man United getting Matthias Cunha, the season has come to an end. So, what do you want to say?
Let's take a break, man. Take a break until I don't even know when the Club World Cup is coming, right?
June. Middle of June.
We're in June.
Yeah. So just to inform everybody, right, we will do our next week, our season roundup. We're going to talk about our losers and winners. We'll take a short break before the Club World Cup, and then we'll come back after the first few moments of the Club World Cup. Just rounds up. So you will see us next week where we talk about our losers and winners. So with that, have a great week ahead. See you soon. Bye bye.